Oh, oh, guys. We just had a crazy Cougars Huskies watch along stream. We literally peaked at over 1,000 viewers. We literally peaked at over 1,000 viewers. Before I say anything else, let me just straight up say that was awesome. It was fun. Obviously, there were a lot of people in there to hate. There were a lot of people in there who were Cougars fans or fans of maybe like a Florida State, hoping we would lose, and then they were pissed we didn't. I know, but regardless, that was fun. The stream was fun. So thank you to everybody. Before I get into the game at all, even if you just came in here to hate and be mean to me, whatever. We made 1,000 viewers on a college football stream. That doesn't happen all that often for me. So thank you to everybody who partook in the stream today, because that game, I guess it was better experienced as a group. Um, I don't know what the narrative is going to be around the around this game going forward. I know that there are definitely going to be some people out there who try to push this narrative of it's the Apple Cup, it's a rivalry game, it's the last true Apple Cup, throw the records out, it doesn't matter. I got to tell you, I don't feel like that right now. I feel like this team played a very sloppy and very stupid game, and they barely won against a team they are 10 times better than. That Wazoo team is bad. Not average. Like some people look at their record and are like, oh, Wazoo's average. No, they are bad. That is a bad team, and you made them look good for 60 minutes. Kept waiting for them to wake up and start putting some distance between them and Washington State. Never happened. Game came down to one or two plays, one or two decisions, a couple of feet, a couple of yards, and there is no way in the universe anybody can tell me with a straight face they feel good about where we are right now going into this Pac-12 championship game. You can tell me you feel good about 12 and 0. I'm feeling pretty good about 12 and 0 too. But this team had an opportunity to get right, and they didn't. They won, but there was nothing right about that game. And straight up, I think I'm more unhappy than happy with the way that one went down, and I don't feel good about next week at all. So, this game gets off to kind of a slow start, which not terribly unexpected. We've got a couple of punts. Penix is off. His accuracy was off all game, honestly. The running game is okay, but it looked very, very underwhelming given how bad Wazoo's run defense is. And I understand that Wazoo was probably playing over their head because this game is so important to them. It's a rivalry game. It probably means more to them than it means to us in a weird way, even though we're playing for, massive stakes. But nothing was really working on offense, and even though we ended up winning this game and scoring more points, I swear their offense ran better than ours did. They actually were able to pick up third and manageable type plays. They were able to actually pick up those third and six, third and seven type plays with plays clearly designed to get that yardage. Things like rub routes and bubble screens with blockers and little slant routes designed to just easily beat a soft zone defense. We don't have any of those plays in this game. So I'm just looking at our offense. I'm looking at the Cougars offense, and I'm like, how is it that they're the team? How is it that the Cougars are the team with the offense that seems to be humming? And I know they weren't really humming. They ended up with 21 points. We ended up with 24. Like, it's not like their offense was way better than ours, but I swear their offense was better designed than ours. So, yeah, coaches, I mean, I don't think this was a very good game plan. Players, obviously, Penix did not play well at all, but Polk was awful. Polk was beyond worthless. Um, I will say that It was great to see McMillan. He had a really nice first half. He made several nice plays, and it was great to see him out there, and there's reason to believe he'll be better next week. So we at least have that going for us. And Odunze had a good game. Odunze did his thing, but offensive line didn't play as good as it usually does. The like I said, the play calling and the scheme wasn't really there the way it usually is. I I just stared in amazement at this offense for most of this game, thinking to myself, this is so unlike every game that I have seen this team play this season, other than maybe the Arizona State game. Like, the offense being this lost for most of this game was unreal. Dylan Johnson, I've praised him heavily lately. He didn't look right now. I think Dylan Johnson was playing injured, so I'm not gonna trip on him specifically, but yeah, he didn't look right, and I don't know what to say about Penix. I don't know what to say about Penix. Some people are going to say he's sick. It looked like maybe he was puking on the sideline after the final drive, and he didn't even watch the field goal. So maybe he's sick again. I mean, he was sick against, what was it? He was sick against Arizona State, I think. And he had a bad game there, and everyone was like, oh, he's sick. Now he's sick again, I guess. I don't know. But he tried to turn the ball over several times on that final game-winning drive. Honestly, that drive we got bailed out by a roughing the passer call that, I mean, I'm sure Cougars fans are not going to be happy about that one, because it didn't look that different from any other play in this game. So even then, he kind of gets bailed out. Romo Dunze bails him out by hitting that end around. And even the sequence that got us to decide, you know what, we're going to go for it on 4th and 1 here. We're going to go for it. We're going to run this trick play, this kind of end around reverse type play to um, Odunze. Like, that was cool. I appreciate the fact that we actually tried to trick him and it worked. But it was so hard for us to get to the point where we decided to do that. We line up for the fake punt, then we use the timeout, then we decide we're going to go for it anyway. It's like, you're lucky you didn't end up needing that timeout. You're really lucky you didn't end up needing that timeout later. So, offense, sloppy. I don't really know what else to say about it other than that. Even the offensive line didn't look as good as it usually did. The run blocking wasn't there. Half the receivers felt like they just no-showed. Only Odunze and McMillan came to play, and McMillan was shut out after the first, what was it? The first half. Maybe the first quarter. I'm not sure. So that's the offense. That's obviously the side of the ball we lean on. That looks like an offense that is fixing to get whipped next week. I'm just going to say it. It was barely good enough to win today. That Cougars defense is pretty bad. They've got Jaden Hicks and not a heck of a lot else. So that is a offense that is fixing to get you blown out next week. Turnovers, inaccurate throws, receivers not making good plays on the ball. Like, just really sloppy. The defense, they actually played pretty good. I'll give props to the defense. Cam Ward, I respect Cam Ward. I really like Cam Ward. So holding his offense to 21 points, okay. I can feel it. Like, I think the defense played about as well as I expected in this game in totality. Now, Washington State made it harder on themselves with all the penalties. They made it harder on themselves with some of their unforced errors, the drops, the miscues. They got in their own way a lot, but I do think the defense, they had to do most of the heavy lifting in this game. The defense, really, we should be praising them right now, and I think that's going to get a little bit lost in the shuffle here, but I was very happy with the way the pass rush played. I thought our run defense looked good for a majority of that game. I was pretty impressed with those aspects of football. I know there was some soft zone stuff, but Cam Ward's going to beat you sometimes. He's a really good quarterback. And the fact that we were able to sack him the times that we did, like 5 or 6 times, was great. The tackling was much better than most previous weeks. So, okay. I'm pumped on that. Now, I do have to spend a couple minutes here on Mr. Hampton, Dom Hampton, or whatever his name is. He's been flirting with disaster all season. and he actually decided to ask it out on a date this time. He already got away with it in the first half. He jumps over the line of scrimmage on a damn field goal. And it's dumb enough that you do it there. You get away with it because you don't land on anybody. Great. But then you do it again on a 35-yard field goal when you're up a touchdown in the fourth quarter. What? You're not saving the day here, buddy. Let Wazoo have their field goal, get on the sideline, and plan on playing defense next time Wazoo gets the ball. No, he's jumping over the line of scrimmage. He's going to be a Superman. He's going to Superman this. He's going to block the field goal, pick up the ball, return it for an 800-point touchdown. And I lost my mind. I lost my mind on Hampton for that one. I've already got one player on this defense who doesn't know where the goal line is. I've got one player on this defense who doesn't know where the goal line is. He thinks the goal line's at the 3-yard line. And now I got another player on this defense who doesn't know that you can't jump over the line of scrimmage on a field goal because it's a penalty if you touch anybody. So I'm pretty heated about that. This team has a real discipline problem. This team does stupid stuff to get in their own way. And you're going to have to be perfect next week. You can't have any mistakes. You can't do anything even remotely close to that. So, hope you know where you're at. The best I can say about this team right now, they found a way to win. Winning's a habit. I mean, to a certain extent, the fact that they won this game is a tribute to how talented they are. But man, like, this was your chance to actually get something easy. And there was nothing easy out there today. So, that's really all I can say about this. I mean, I'm happy we won, of course. I'm relieved. Shout out to Grady Gross, by the way, knocking in a big field goal. I know he missed one earlier, but Grady Gross bangs it through twice because of the icing the kicker. And, we've seen Husky kickers botch big field goals in over the last decade, so he's now officially not one of the guys who did that, so that's great. But I'm sorry, that doesn't look like a team that's going to do anything but get boat raced by Oregon. And I know people are going to try to say, oh, well, we beat Oregon already this year. Oregon's played better since that game. Oregon's been on a different level, and you've honestly been worse. Like, what games have you played since the Oregon game that you as a Huskies fan feel great about? The Utah game, maybe? Like, that's it. You basically played Oregon State to a draw. Go look what Oregon did to Oregon State. Sorry. I'm sorry that I have to talk this way about a 12-0 team, and I love being 12-0, but I'm aware of what comes next. I'm aware of where this goes now, and unless this team comes out completely differently next week on a neutral field, not going to work that time. All right, so 24-21, Washington wins with a field goal at the buzzer. We can feel good for a little bit here, and then we've got a Pac-12 title game to play next week. I don't think anybody in their right mind can feel good about the way that's going to go. Hopefully the answer is Penix was sick. Hopefully all this is Penix was sick, couldn't make his throws and reads because he didn't feel good. Next week he's going to feel good, and he's going to throw for 850 yards and 80 touchdowns. Short of that, this team doesn't look like they can play with Oregon right now. I am happy that McMillan did some stuff. That's kind of the best thing I can say about this game beyond the simple fact that we won it. But, I mean, this team has been exhausting for a little while now, and I get it. Like, you play Oregon State, it's going to be a close game. Okay, Oregon State is really good. You play a close game against Utah. Utah's good too. This was a chance to put your foot down on somebody. Not even close. All right, see you guys later. Bow down to Washington, 12-0. But there are more games left to play, and it's hard to feel great about any of that right now. See you guys later.